Hey, Junk Monkers, you are listening to part 2 of our Happy Birthday, Mr. Monk episode. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure that you do that first. Otherwise, enjoy the show.
Howdy ho, you handsome hunk. Grab a snack and gain some chunk. If your day is great or really sunk, we hope to help you shake the funk. So if you're good to hear some junk, buckle up. It's the Junk Monk Podcast.
Junk time! Welcome back to my favorite time of years on the show where I get to eat junk and Kandyce asks me questions.
Well, I'm asking somebody else questions too. This next co-host, I felt like you could introduce pretty well.
Okay, I'm so excited. This next co-host is someone who I've known my entire life. She may just be more excited than anyone today because she honestly has been begging to be on our show. But without further ado, let's welcome my mother,
Juanita. Let's let her in.
So
She's been waiting patiently. There you are. You've made it. You have arrived.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
You are on the show.
I am
All right.
so excited. I can't see myself.
Well, we did your intro and we said you were going to be excited, so you're not disappointed right now.
Great. Good.
Okay, did you bring junk?
I did, of course.
Okay.
Grain-free chips.
Oh,
for
I
the
could
win.
eat those if I was there.
I have grain-free cereal.
Oh, it's a trend.
And I have paleo cupcake.
Oh,
Oh, well,
very
actually, this is
healthy.
time to try it. So, Toby, icing me.
I think
So it's a theme. We've got a paleo theme going on
I
today.
know.
Icing?
How's the magic spoon, Noah?
What do you-
It's all right.
It's all right.
This is cinnamon
Oh, no,
flavored.
just bring it with a fork.
Mm.
Toby's being my little slavey.
My chips are good, though.
Those chips are really good. Okay, while Toby's giving me my icing, let's start off with, okay, so usually, junk time, we don't normally talk about,
Hi, Toby.
we don't normally talk about the episode at all, but we're going to let you because you watched it, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what other episodes have you seen of Monk? Do you know, like off the top of your head, like?
I mean, I don't know the names of them.
Mhm.
I watch them sporadically. Like, I don't know the seasons, but like the last one I had watched before this was probably the one when he was a fan of the guy of the lady, and she wrote that book. And
Oh, yes.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, uh-huh.
That's the first episode of season 8.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's the last one I remember watching. So I watch them sporadically.
Okay. So, before we get to our regular questions, again, about the episode, what was your favorite part of this episode?
Well, as you guys know, I am a fan of vacuum cleaner products.
Oh, my gosh.
Anything that will help me sweep, mop, anything will is like my favorite. That's always what I ask for.
Yeah, that's true.
So I have to say that the dance scene with the vacuum, I could totally relate, because that would be something I would do. Because I was like, yeah, I could take a vacuum cleaner partner. You know what I mean? I'm totally down for that. So
You bought me my vacuum cleaner. So
I
there
know.
you go. And it
multiple
works.
ones.
Yep. It's amazing.
Cleaner, your carpet cleaner, your vacuum cleaner,
Oh.
I mean, that's what I got for Mother's Day was a vacuum cleaner. I mean, like, that's my thing.
That's so true. You bought me my vacuum, my DJ Roomba that
Yes.
goes around, and my spot cleaner.
Yes.
This is a perfect episode for you.
It was. I literally was like giggling when I saw it, because I was like, I cannot, like, how, like,
What are the
like the
chances?
universe all came together for this episode. Like, it was very, and then I love birthdays. So it was like,
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, what was your least favorite part of this episode?
the least favorite part, the bad guy. He wasn't very charismatic. Like, he wasn't like very, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, I don't know. Like, it was very like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, his part in it was very like brief. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was one of my dislikes. I thought the crime was kind of weak. Like the story, which, the birthday storyline was like the A storyline. It was
Yes.
great. but which kind of always puts, not always, but in this particular episode, kind of puts the crime, under, and the criminal wasn't very criminally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like how the what was the one that you said? Oh, I guess that one. I was thinking the astronaut, because we just talked about that one, but like the astronaut where they're like, the astronaut is the bad guy or the genius is the bad guy. This one wasn't like that at all.
Yeah.
No, it was like just thrown in. Like it was very like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He wasn't a real
an
foe.
afterthought.
Yeah.
What?
He wasn't a real foe.
No.
Just like part of the crime. So.
Yeah. So that was
that's a good
probably my least favorite part. But yeah, like I said, the storyline was pretty good. I mean, as far as the birthday part and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have you text us your overall. We're going to share everyone's ratings, like our 1 to 10 scale ratings afterwards. So you don't have to say it now. So just text it to us later.
Okay.
But what's your overall thoughts of the episode?
I thought it was great.
Oh.
I really liked it. I really thought it, it had a good little twist with the birthday, and then the vacuum cleaner was great. And then, you know what I mean? So it was.
Were you surprised by the surprise party?
Yeah, the multiple surprise parties that they tried to throw for him. And then
like
the way they actually got him.
Yeah, the chase. What did it surprise you though? Like
I was totally surprised because when he left the vacuum cleaner guy, the bad guy, I noticed that the vacuum cleaner guy thought about Monk might find me out. Yeah. So it looked like, maybe he called somebody to chase him. You know what I mean? I mean, I couldn't put it past him since he, killed the other guy. So I was just like with his lawyer friend. So definitely, I really did think they were being chased. What got me was when they were in the dumpster and they started moving the dumpster instead of opening the dumpster. At that point, I was like, that's a strange thing to do. Like, keep the dumpster. Like, if they're in there, you're gonna open the dumpster and go, I got you, or kill them, or whatever. Yeah. Instead, they're just moving the dumpster. And that's when I was like, maybe these people are trying to kill him after all.
Interesting. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So now for our regular junk time programming. So when are all of our birthdays? We know this episode is going out the day before Noah's birthday, which is going to be June 7th. So your birthday is?
June 8th.
June 8th. My birthday is July 3rd. So it is the day before 4th of July, which I love because everyone celebrates my birthday with fireworks. It's amazing. When's your birthday?
August 5th.
August 5th.
August
so
5th.
We have June, July, August. Interesting. Yes. And would you like to tell the people your philosophy on birthdays?
Oh, it might be an unpopular one, but as a mom, I have a theory that really birthdays should be celebrate mom because she actually gave birth to you. You really didn't do much. You know what I mean? You just were there.
Breathed. Yeah.
The true hero of the day and the true one that should be celebrated every birthday is your birth person that pushed you out. They did it. So
that should be the doctor.
My kids hate that.
The nurse.
Yeah, my kids hate that. They're
like this.
They hate that. They literally get mad. They're like, I'm like, I'm so excited about my birthday with you. And they're like, what? That's not your birthday. And I'm like, no, yeah, technically it is. I did all the work.
Juanita is famous for her birthdays.
Yes.
Because Noah will be like, it's my birthday. And she's like, I know it's my birthday too. You're like, okay, that's enough.
Push a human being out and tell me which day it is. You know what I mean?
I'm for it. I think it makes sense.
Yes, it totally does.
I think it makes sense. I mean, the fact that I don't want to push nothing out, I'm like, hey, it's your birthday, girl. You do you. And you did it 4 times, and you were only born once. So
yes.
I got
exactly.
you.
I'm just saying I can share it with him. It's not like,
Yeah, you're not taking it away.
No. June 8th is all about Noah. But hey, I had a contributing factor in this. So yeah, you could still be in my stomach if I wished. You know what I mean? Technically, I let it happen. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, so my next question is, have y'all had a surprise party for yourself? Has anyone ever surprised you at the party?
No.
Noah hardly ever has birthday parties because his birthday's in June, so school's over.
Yeah.
So it's like
Happy
his
birthday.
birthday's an afterthought about the
Yeah.
birthday party. I mean, to be honest, you know what I mean? In the scheme of things, we're just happy to be through the school year, and then we're like, yay, it's your birthday. Yay.
Let's go eat.
Yeah,
Let's go eat. Let me bring you cake. Yeah, that's. But yeah, I think I've had a couple of surprise parties, like just over the years. Like your dad will throw me a couple, just the surprise parties. But yeah, I mean, nothing really like, I don't know, like a ballroom or anything crazy like that.
Whoa.
No dumpster.
Hint.
Dumpster birthday
Yeah.
party.
No. Yeah, no
Great.
giant.
Cut to us planning Juanita's ballroom surprise party.
The normal things people do for their birthdays, you know, ballroom.
Yeah.
Ballroom, shooting the security guard to make it look real.
Yeah, we actually had to shoot him.
Yeah, we actually had to shoot him. He's like, what?
That was so good. I love that part. I was thinking about it, and I think I've been surprised 3 times.
What?
Yeah.
Lucky.
Because, like, remember the first time I was like, I think I probably screamed because it was scary. And, like, because I got home, and I think I was in high school, and I got home, and I don't know if Toby drove me there or something, but they turned, like, all the lights off. And so I was like walking to the house and it was pitch black and I turned the lights on and they're like, surprise. And I was like, and then I'm confused. I'm pretty sure I've been surprised 3 times and was confused every time that it was my birthday, like that it was for me. Like, I'm like,
who are we surprising?
Yeah, what's going on? What is happening? And they're like, happy birthday. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like, it's such a weird feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I particularly like it, to be honest, because I think I've learned I don't like surprises, but it's just a really weird feeling whenever like everyone has been lying to you and tricking you and you're like, what is real? Like, you know, because people have been like obviously telling you, oh, I'll be, you know, I won't be here tonight, or oh, I'm going over here, and okay, and you just think things are like the way they are, and then you're like, everyone's a liar.
Relax. You're
it's
like
super weird.
This is the Matrix, Kandyce.
It's just a weird feeling. It's just a weird feeling. So have y'all had any good or bad birthdays? Traumatizing birthdays like Monk, or good parties?
Oh, great. This is the mommy guilt going. Go ahead, Noah. Spill it.
I don't wait.
Tell me how bad of a birthday you've had in the
You can
past.
have good ones too.
I don't even know. I don't even remember.
Do you have any? Have you ever had a birthday party? Is that in itself traumatizing?
I feel like I had a dream once where where like everyone forgot it was my birthday, but that might have been real, and I don't know.
No.
That's not real. That's not real. That's not real.
He's like, no, it's not real. No,
Thank God.
That's not real. That's never happened ever. It really is. It really is. That never really happened. Surprise, it might have happened. I don't know.
I can't think of any bad birthdays either. I know that I used to be really bratty because I didn't like Barbie dolls, and then people would like come to my birthday parties and give me some type of doll, and then I would just be like and sit there and pout, and my mom's like, hey, you can't act like that. You just act like you like it, say thank you. And I'm just like I remember those times where I was a brat. But good birthday parties, I mean, I had a Sweet 16, which was like killer. I loved that. Were you even born?
Yeah,
born. He was.
He just doesn't remember. He was like a year.
He was like a year old. That is crazy. You were. I do remember. I never remember a picture now. Yeah. Where you're holding him and he's got his big eyes.
Eyeballs. Eyeballs, yes. Exactly. That's the face. Oh my gosh.
that is the face. And then also when I was 17, I went on a road trip with you guys, and we drove to California and Beverly Hills, and we went to SeaWorld or Legoland, SeaWorld, and Disneyland, and like we did all the things.
Well, and we made sure to go to Disneyland on your birthday because you get like everybody does like a special stuff for you on your birthday, like when you go to Disney World.
You also get it for free.
Yes.
Like you used to. Like I showed them my ID and you actually get in for free on your birthday. I don't know if they told me that.
Something like, I remember something like that. But yeah, we made sure to go on your birthday because it was gonna like be special because of that.
It was so cool. And you wear a birthday button. It says happy birthday, Kandyce. And everyone, all the workers, and they walk by and they go, happy birthday, Kandyce. Happy birthday, Kandyce. And I'm like, this is the best day ever. It's like literally like 100 people wishing me happy birthday like all day. It was really cool. And then, of course, it was July 3rd, so there were fireworks. Well, they do fireworks every time.
Every day, yeah.
They do fireworks every day. But there was still fireworks.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's the best day ever. So that was pretty, that and my Sweet 16 were pretty good.
What?
I have to say. So nobody has more exciting birthdays?
No.
I'm just super bougie.
I guess.
Oh, okay.
I just don't, not really. I mean, just regular birthdays. I don't know. I've never, gosh, now I gotta up the ante.
I know.
I need to go somewhere for my birthday, so I need to do.
June 8th is coming up, Mom.
Ooh, what do you want? Tell me now.
What do you want for her birthday?
That's not
Yes, for my birthday, what would you like to do?
I want pho.
Oh, okay, I can do that because that's my favorite thing to eat too.
Curse our similar tastes.
I know, I love it for our birthdays. It's the best.
You know what? We're getting ramen. Never mind.
I'll take that too.
I'll take paleo ramen. I'm just kidding.
Okay, we're starving, all of us.
Happy birthday.
Okay, so no one's got any good, cool birthdays. Okay, so this is my last question then.
Oh.
And it is, I mean, I have one. It's a broad question. Like, do you have any inventions? Anything you've ever invented?
Me?
Not like not like, oh, I made it, here it is, but like any ideas for an invention or.
Well, I was gonna say I created Noah. Look, there's.
Oh my god. That's true.
Thank me now.
You're welcome,
and then
everyone.
let me know the birth. It all ties together.
It is tying together.
I was gonna say I made a catapult, but okay.
You made a catapult? Okay.
I was very bored at my dad's store, and I got like a wooden spoon, a dolly, and like some rubber bands or something. I made a catapult, and it was fun. I loved it.
Interesting.
But nothing like invention-wise.
Like no like ideas like, oh, someone needs to make this or
sure here and there.
That. I remember we were talking the other day about our cafe. Remember we were talking about a cafe?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember what? Oh, that's not the cafe. That's the restaurant.
Okay.
So
tell the multiple.
Tell them.
There's a difference?
Yeah, you tell them about Streams.
Okay. So Streams is the new family-friendly restaurant down the corner. This is our new advertisement.
Pitch.
This is our pitch.
Okay, this is the pitch.
Any billionaires watching.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, essentially, you're it's your birthday, theme of the whatever. It's your birthday, and you and your family or your friends want to go out somewhere, go to a restaurant, but you also, I don't know, want to watch The Office, want to watch Monk, but you're like, I want to go eat as well, right? So you get good quality food and you're seated in a room, your own private room with a TV, or maybe, I don't know, 3 TVs or 4 every corner of the wall.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And you get your remote, and it is every streaming platform. So you don't have to pay for Netflix anymore, because on movie night you can just go to Streams, and you're seated at this room, and you have every streaming platform, and you order. It's like Movie Tavern.
Yeah.
But with streaming platforms instead of movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you get like waitress service and everything. So you can have like a party. You can have a party, where you could put like your favorite show, like The Office or Community or whatever, like on in the background. Or you can go out like for a date night. Like if you're like, me and Toby, we sit in front of the like TV and watch like, okay, let's eat dinner and watch a show. Like you could go out to dinner and eat, like with the waitress service and everything, and still watch that same show you were going to watch, but you feel more like social and you went out and you did something and you had a fun date night, but you're actually, you're like watching
Or
streams.
you want to go with your buddies, your work buddies, and you just want to watch some good old football.
Mm-hmm. And they'll have like all the sports packages or, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's kind of there's a little bit more logistics to it. Like, how long you can actually just sit there and not buy anything.
Yeah.
There's some kinks, you might have to like make an appointment, like
out.
your time, like, as long as you're eating, like ordering or whatever,
maybe like a $20 fee.
Or like,
maybe it's like a Topgolf where you have to be there you got a 2-hour window of the room.
Yeah,
and
that's
then you do what you like to do in that room for 2 hours. You eat, whatever, watch how many movies you can watch in 2 hours, and then time's up.
Yeah, something like that. Or like a 40-minute show or an hour-long show or something like that.
Right.
Something like that. So, yeah. The other thing we were talking about is cafe. It's not cafe something. I wanted to name it Reruns.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cafe. Like cafe rerun or just called reruns or something.
Okay.
And it's like a movie or it's a television show, like themed restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like super gimmicky or anything, but like it could be it could be styled like Central Perk or something, like an iconic place.
Like
location.
Did you ever go to Planet Hollywood when they had those?
I've been to Planet Hollywood, but I don't remember it being. I remember Planet Hollywood being like a
It's a movie thing where you go and you see different memorabilia from movies. Like it was like.
Yeah, but this isn't really like that. It's more of just like themed. Like you can order things off the menu that are like, I don't know.
Like
we didn't think about
mud or something.
Yeah, something. That was we thought all the stream stuff together, and then we were like, oh, we need a cafe, and so we can make it like look like Central Perk, and you can order things that are like themed like that.
Yeah.
So.
I think reruns would do better than streams, because streams just sounds, I don't know, it sounds expensive.
Well, I don't think you have to, but I don't think you have to charge. Oh, you mean like for us, it's expensive? Like we have to buy all the TVs and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I the only other thing too is you'd have to have some serious square footage.
Exactly. Like what you said with Topgolf. Like it'd have to be.
You literally have to have like little cubicles for everybody. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's doable.
It's doable. I mean, it's definitely
doable.
It's doable,
guys. Make the big bucks and make it happen. That's all you guys have to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan.
You think about, making this, if you're a billionaire, you're watching this, what are the chances? But if you're a billionaire, you're watching this, and you're like, yes, let's do this. You don't even have to give us like royalties or anything. We just want to know if it happens. We just want this to
give your idea away. What are you doing, son? Have I not taught you better?
This is
of your ideas.
This is our gift to the world, mother.
Yeah, this is supposed to be our record of like, look, on May whatever o'clock, we said this was our idea, so you can't steal it.
Right,
so,
if patents work that way,
you can't even wait. Oh, it's this camera.
Oh my gosh, your phone needs to get fixed. That screen is just horrendous.
Happy birthday. When my dad would probably get mad if we told his inventions, huh?
Yeah,
yes,
because it's a patent secret, Kandyce.
It's a patent secret. Well, I'll just put it this way: we made him a prototype of one of his inventions for Christmas.
It was like the best gift ever.
Yeah, he freaked out. He was like, "Oh my gosh, it's my thing!" When he was like using it and wearing it and everything, it was.
He's still wearing it.
It was still one of the greatest Christmas gifts that I've seen.
It was like top notch. I don't. Yeah. I couldn't have imagined it better. It was amazing. That was amazing.
Yes. The only other invention that I had was when I was a kid, I thought it would be cool to have glasses with wipers.
So dumb.
I didn't wear glasses, but
Yeah.
I was like, how do people see? And I honestly though, and it probably does exist, to be honest, because everything exists, but I do, whenever it rains, my glasses do get sprinkles on them, and I'm like, I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? Because if you wipe them off and you put like people who have to wear glasses, they put them back on and it's still raining.
Yeah.
How do they see?
Yeah.
So it's not a bad idea. It probably already exists, but
I mean, now there's like, TV glasses. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
You can like see screens within your glasses. Not screens.
Yeah.
It's like projected onto the lens.
Right. The
So-
Google. The
I,
Google.
yeah, and I saw one, and you like control it with your ring.
Yeah,
You have a ring.
it's Google. It's a Google glasses. They're
No,
called
I'm not
Google.
talking about that.
But
It's-
but they have a screen on them, like you can see.
I
Like,
know the Google glasses, Mom.
Okay,
We're
so-
talking about two different things here. Okay.
So no inventions, Juanita? No inventions?
Okay, well, I'm trying to think what my greatest invention is because I have many.
Oh God.
Okay. Holding back.
But I think probably. Let me think. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So you have
There's-
none?
I just really off the top of my head, I can't think of anything I've really invented besides people, like, you know.
Oh my God. Don't
She's
get over it.
going back to her prize.
The full circle moment where it's like I've been too busy, you know, creating life and like
Oh my
raising
God.
I know, and that's the thing too, is like, I know we've had discussions where you're like, Kandyce, there needs to be a thing where blah, 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 and I can just blah, 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 blah. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have those discussions all the time, and then someone asks
yeah.
you like an invention, and you're like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah,
Hands, I don't know.
inventions. What are inventions?
Yeah.
That's the problem. You got me on a spot.
spot,
Like
I
I
know.
don't, you know.
Yeah, that's
I
usually
really
what I
need
do.
to Marinate it.
So,
I need to marinate. On my next appearance, I'll let y'all know.
Oh my gosh.
gosh,
Mom,
okay.
we have like 2 episodes.
okay. On that note, it is time to go because you have to. You have to go actually.
I
But
do have to go. But I have to say, I am so proud of y'all. Let me get my little mom moment here.
she's also a crier, guys. Hey,
I
hold
am
on
a
to your
crier.
britches.
I am a crier. I'm the worst. I'm a giggler. I'm a crier. Every emotion to the max.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's
Just
really bad.
say it.
No, I'm just gonna say that I'm so proud of you two, and I love your podcast, and I'm as a mom, I'm so proud of y'all, and I love you guys doing this together, and it makes me like happy, and I'm so happy that you make other people happy, and it's just, you know, the best, and I'm so
Oh my
proud of you.
God.
I can't watch somebody cry without crying. So,
No, I'm trying not to cry, but
Okay.
yeah, but I love you guys so much.
okay. Well, we love you too, and we'll see you later.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on. This is like a dream. And, you know, if any producers are out there and like my content, just let me know. You know what I mean? I am available. So, you know.
Oh gosh.
I can't handle this anymore. Okay. All right. We'll see you later.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Make sure you send us your rating.
Oh yeah, send us your rating right now
yes,
on a
I
scale of
will.
1 to 10. Okay.
1 to 10. Gotcha.
Okay. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Plot holes.
This next co-host, we don't know quite as well as the last one, but she has been listening to our show for quite some time. She's left us a few voicemails in the past, which we always appreciate, right?
Mhm. I mean, voicemails are my favorite. So in case you're wondering what to get me for my birthday.
That's a good idea, actually. You guys should totally do that. Well, let's go ahead and bring Fantasia on.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. How are you
Good.
doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you guys today?
We're trucking along on this episode. We're doing good. It's been really fun so far. So
Yay.
we're glad you're here.
I
Did
left my-
you? Oh, you left your snack?
Yeah, I'm gonna go run and get it really
Okay.
quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What do you got?
I have Doritos.
Oh, nice. Okay. I've eaten half of this paleo cupcake because I'm doing the paleo diet, but it's really good. Actually.
Yes. And I have this cereal.
Magic
Oh.
spoon cereal.
Okay.
Okay. So also want to start by asking when you started watching Monk.
Oh, so long ago. I want to say at least 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
It's like older than
Yeah,
me.
about 6 years ago, maybe.
That's older than Noah. Not quite, but pretty close.
Because I know I started watching it before I moved, and I've been in my house for 5 years, so it had to been at least 6 years.
I do a lot of that. I measure a lot of that by the house I've lived in, like at least 6 years ago, because I've been in my house about 6 years too. So that's funny. Okay. What do you have for plot holes?
Okay, so my first plot hole was in reference to the janitor.
Okay.
Janitor or the maintenance man.
Mhm.
I don't know which one he was, but considering he was going around picking up trash, I assumed he was a janitor. And when the machine broke, who threw what was it? A monkey wrench? No, what was it? It's what was it? The metal thing that was in there. Who put that in a paper shredder? Was my first one, right?
Yeah, is that what jammed the machine?
I
Or-
think
Yeah.
yes. I think the murderer put it in there though.
Right, he had to have, right? Okay, yeah, but that makes sense because he wanted the machine to jam, so he threw that in there, right? Okay, that makes sense.
And as a regular janitor, I don't think they would be going around fixing machines,
Exactly,
right? I don't
yeah.
know if they go in and pull out. I wouldn't go in and pull out anything out of a machine like that,
Yeah.
especially by myself. So that was my first plot hole from the very beginning. I'm like, why is he even in there messing with that stuff?
Mm-hmm. That's true. What did you have anything on the janitor?
I did. It was like I get, like why would you even be in there? But once he was in there and the machine was turned on, he there was the treadmill basically, and he jumped on the treadmill to get into it for some reason.
Yeah.
And because there was basically if there was lava behind you and you're on a treadmill, but you could just not be on the treadmill. He was on it for no reason.
Yeah, he could have stayed still. There was this platforms were kind of tilted just a little bit, but they weren't vertical. They were like this. Like he could have gone to the side of it. Instead, he freaked out and started running up the treadmill. And you're like, well, it was kind of comical to watch.
Yeah.
We laughed. I mean, as horrible as it was, we laughed at after it happened, we were like, what? Why did he run up the treadmill? Why didn't he just walk to the side where this ground was solid ground? Yeah. That was a pretty big one. You should have just moved over. That was my first one. That was my first one. I had the chewing the pin clue. It was, we kind of, I think, did we talk about this yet? We talked
about this in likes.
Yeah, but it was, to me, they had done this before from Mr. Monk in the game show. Remember Ronnie Lankman, the host, he chewed on his pencil and Kevin Dorfman was freaking out oh my gosh, it's his pencil that he chewed. I'm going to keep it forever. And then Monk and Kevin go to his house and they see, they don't go to his house. They go to the killer's house, the guy who's cheating to be on the TV show. Mm-hmm. They go to his house and they see the pin, the chewed on pencil that Ronnie Lankman chews on, and they saw that at that guy's place. And so they go, oh, he must have been here before. It's the exact same thing that they did in this episode.
Huh.
The exact same clue, except for it was a pen, not a pencil.
Yeah.
That is so lame.
Yeah. So that was one of my recall ones that they did the exact same thing. So I had to throw that one in there. Noah, do you have anything?
I do. I have. So at the very end of the birthday party where Natalie finally succeeds in, surprising Monk, the vacuum cleaner inventor guy is there to kill Monk. But why is he there? Who invited him? He's just there.
Oh, no, Natalie does make a comment about it. Yes, she does. She says, well, of course, this guy made the greatest invention, your favorite invention ever, so he had to be invited.
No.
That's you know what, though? She totally said that, but that's a really good catch, though, because that's a totally, forced thing.
Yes.
Because why would she? You know what I mean? She explained it, but that's a very forced thing to say.
Yeah.
Oh, the killer has to be here now because he's going to try to kill you so you can figure out the case so we can wrap this thing up.
Exactly.
I think that's good.
Yes.
Even though it's debunked
That
just a
was-
little
that
bit, I
was
think that's
something
good.
I hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
I had never, that was something that was a good one.
Yeah. Okay, what do you have, Fantasia?
Okay, I also have, Monk was just touching a lot of stuff the whole episode. He touched the shredded paper. He was touching the stuff in the morgue. Like he was just touching stuff and didn't ask for a
the
wipe.
morgue. I didn't even think about the morgue.
That is so true too. Dang, he was like touching like dead toe tags and like the sheet and everything.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
true. Huh.
That
I
is
like
such a good
that.
catch. I didn't even think about that.
He must have been so distracted that Natalie was trying to surprise him that it didn't even cross his mind.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow. That's a good one.
That is a good catch.
I like that one. Okay, I think you caught this one, Noah. The it's not a plot hole, but they did like a little twist on the original theme song when he was dancing with the vacuum cleaner. It was like in the living room.
Oh,
he's
yes,
dancing.
yes.
It's like boo doo doo boo doo 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 doo. But it was like more drawn out and like
Yeah.
so like they used the same tune, just tweaked it so they could
Yes.
have like a song. Which I mean, I like it. I like the
love
original
that.
theme song.
Yeah.
But which theme song do you like better, the original or the?
I like It's the Jungle Out There.
Oh, okay.
I love It's the Jungle Out
Okay.
There. I think they're both so good.
Okay, I'm team original.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite one. But that's just and then do I have any other ones? Oh, this one we kind of discussed already, but the darter rings thing, that Jason Gray Stanford said that was his favorite one.
Mhm.
It was his favorite Randy theory. When we interviewed him, he was like darter rings, and that'll come up in season 8. That'll be in the future. And it like didn't cross my mind until I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, darter rings!" So I just put that because it was a callback to our own episode
Yeah.
with Jason. So I had to throw it in there.
I have one more, I think. And let's see. It is okay. So when they're surprising Monk and they shoot the janitor, are they allowed to do fake gunshots? Like, is that a thing you're allowed to like in a city?
So, well, I mean, yeah, I guess because they're shooting blanks.
But still, though.
You know what? I'm gonna pick a plot hole for you because I thought you were gonna catch on to the surprise thing, the surprise party whenever they're doing the chase, because they get you on the hook because they're driving and they're like, oh my gosh, we gotta get away, and then they fire gunshots and you go, what are they shooting like?
Oh yeah, that's what I
like
said.
around the car, like they really didn't hit the car. And I was thinking like, oh geez, he's totally gonna figure out that it's fake. But then they shot the cop for real.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, good. Like they recovered themselves. But the fact that they were totally shooting blanks at the car, you caught that.
Yeah.
So it's kind. I mean, it is kind of plot holey in itself that they didn't shoot the car. Like, what would like Monk wouldn't have thought? They were right behind them. What were they just going like pew pew out the window? Like, you know, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Which brings up another thing. Monk got in a dumpster and stayed at a party.
I know, and stayed at the party exactly. He was like, I'm not getting in this dumpster, and then he gets in the dumpster.
And yeah, and then he didn't have to change his clothes. We didn't see him asking for a wipe or anything. Yeah. It's like they forgot about his germophobia, like this whole episode. That's a really good catch. Another one.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh my gosh. Okay. This might be this. I feel like this is easily debunked, but I just threw it in there because it was my first impression. But when they flash back to Little Monk, he was extremely happy. And they always make it seem like he has like the worst childhood ever.
Yeah.
He never smiled. They had to practice smiling in case they needed to smile.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as they're like, oh, it's his birthday party, and he's so happy. And I mean, you know, like it's easily debunked just because the kids were there, and that's obviously why he was happy and smiling.
Yeah.
But just in general, the fact that he was like, oh, having a great time. It was like it didn't seem like that was an Adrian Monk thing. That was like another kid's story.
Yeah.
Like Adrian's, like you said earlier, would have been like, nobody came to my party because I have no friends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Again, I kind of debunked myself, but that was just my first impression, is just like, that kid was way too happy to be Monk.
Yeah.
So, like, because we saw, like, sorry if you're going to say something, but like we saw in like Little Monk, whenever Sherry, the girl Sherry is like flirting with him or whatever, and we see him like happy, he's never like elated. He's like smirking. Yeah. That's why I like the other Little Monk kid better, I think. I'm just going to say that. But, okay, now go ahead.
Oh, and that made me think of the moment he was telling her the story, made me think of when he was telling Dr. Kroger about himself being birthed. Like, you thought it was going to be just so, you thought it was just going to be so traumatic, and then it wasn't like, it wasn't anything much at all, or something that wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
So yep. That's what that gave me the feeling of.
Yep. I put that totally vibes. I can't remember what episode that was though.
He was remembering his birth. So it was something to do with going to the doctor, I believe. He didn't want to go to the doctor for something, or the dentist. It might've been the dentist.
No, I don't think
it was something where it was like he didn't want to go to the doctor, I think, because he remembered being birthed and he couldn't he was like, why would my mom let the doctor do that to me?
Yeah, it could have been the dentist, because he was super phobia of the dentist, and then Dr. Kroger helps him get over it. I think. I don't know. I could totally be mixing that up, but I can't remember. But I was thinking about it too. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Because they were like, he's like, my dad standing in the corner with a balloon. Like, a balloon?
Yeah.
It's like, Adrian, you remember your own birth. Come on. But yes, it totally gave me those vibes for sure. I probably should have mentioned this when you said who invited the criminal. Well, Natalie said that one of the original surprise parties that Monk ruined was going to be at Dr. Bell's office, or the place next door. Dr. Bell was not at the party.
I guess
maybe your doctor doesn't really come to your birthday parties. Yeah. So I guess maybe that wasn't.
Unless, it was at his place, he couldn't make it or something. That's all I could think of.
Well, so for that one, I also put like, okay, maybe he wouldn't be there. But again, Natalie planned it at his thing. Basically what you were saying, I should have said this first, was, would Dr. Bell even be allowed to be at Adrian's party or be involved in planning it, or it being at his office? Like, is that even appropriate in the first place?
Well, she said she rented the office next door, so maybe he had nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And it was totally just to be like, all right, we're here at Dr. Bell's. We're next door, instead of just like Dr. Bell was not in on it at all.
However, Adrian, that's a good point, but Adrian also would have had an appointment with Dr. Bell, so he would have known that Dr. Bell was free. And then been like,
come here.
Where's Dr. Bell?
Yeah.
And he probably would have been forced to go to his party. But but that does make sense why he wouldn't go to his party, like travel to his party. That makes sense. Okay. I was debunked on that one. That's all right.
And you just made me think of why they didn't just have it in the area of the police station, like the free area. They have parties in there all the time. So why didn't they just have it in there, so when they just walked in, instead of hiding in Captain Stoudemire's office?
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I forget with who, but like, why they left the entire room completely blank, as if Adrian Monk wasn't going to be like, something's off here.
Yeah, that was dislikes, that they left the room empty. But that's a great point, that they could have just totally had the party right there where they have all the parties. And as soon as he turned the corner, he wouldn't have been expecting it. Oh my gosh. Add it to the dislike too.
Yeah.
That's such a good point. Dang. Okay. How many more? You're out, right?
I'm out.
How many more do you have, Fantasia?
I have, okay, let me get to L's. L sent me one that she wanted me to address for her.
And that's
It's
Lisa
a medical
from,
one.
he's the guy.
The what?
It's a medical one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
And so I can't really speak too much on it, but I can read what she said. Okay, so she says the pathologist said Rick Meckler was poisoned. The toxicology showed 8 cc's of sodium fluoride in his blood. The term cc's is a measurement of volume. 8 cc's is about 1.5 teaspoons. There are 2 issues with this. Okay. There are 2 issues with this. One, for toxicology, they would have taken a little vial of blood to test, which probably would measure less than 8 cc's in total. Wait a minute, hold on. Mm-hmm. Which probably would have measured less than 8 cc's in total, and the test results wouldn't have been measured in cc's. It would have come back in another measurement that isn't worth getting into for this. That's what her response was.
Right.
So I guess what she's saying is that I guess it was too much blood that they claim to have used for that. And 2 is the measurement cc's is cubic centimeters. It's not used anymore, especially in the US. We use the term milliliters instead. She says she still catches some shows and movies saying cc's, but even back in 2009 when this was filmed, they weren't using that medical measurement in the US anymore.
Wow.
What does she do?
Yeah.
This is Lisa from the.
He's the guy.
Yeah. She was in an office. I wonder if she was at work.
It was a very fancy looking office.
It was a fancy office. So, interesting. Okay. Well, thank you to Lisa for that one. Do you want to say what Denise said about the remember the driving?
So basically, the ball was while they were, trying to kill Monk because they were trying to surprise him, Monk was like, Natalie, turn left. And so she turned left and, went into the garbage can, which eventually led them to going into the garbage can, which was like right next to them. Mm-hmm. So what if Monk told them to go right or go straight? Like
he was dictating the direction that they were going.
Yeah.
But she knew where she had to be.
Like if she said, or if he said go right and she went left anyways, then he would have been like, something's up. No.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Or maybe they had several different places that they had set it up just in case. Maybe
that would have been good. That would have been amazing.
Or maybe she just turns more than we see her turn. Like she turns left, but then she's like right, left, left, or something. But yeah, they were on a main road, so if he had said turn the wrong way, she would have kind of been screwed because she would have gone back. Like unless she went up and all the way back around and then cross the street again. But
she probably would have made a bunch of turns to get where she needed to go.
Yeah. It's a good thought though. I mean,
that
makes sense. I have only one more, which is that I know that Monk is really persnickety and that he would clean everything, but he's also a really big rule follower. And the fact that he knew to not clean the filter is just, is a little like, because if Natalie had tried to clean the filter, he would have been like, no, Natalie, no, don't clean the filter, and she she would have been like, Mr. Monk, that's just a suggestion or something. But the fact that he saw it everywhere, I don't know that I believe that he would have still cleaned the filter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of a whatever. It makes sense because he has OCD and that he wouldn't let it go. Like, no, I have to clean it. I'm used to cleaning it, but also he follows the rules, what he's supposed to do. So it's kind of like, why would he do that? But
yeah,
I agree.
So do you?
completely, I have like one more,
Okay.
maybe two. But with that being said, I think they completely forgot about a lot of the characteristics with Monk, because at the end of the episode, okay, I got a couple of them. At the end of the episode, he fed Natalie his cake, right?
We were like, oh, how cute.
Totally did.
He would have been like, okay,
Yeah.
drop that.
Yeah,
So-
and it was just so cute. They gave
Yeah.
you so much Natalie and Monk tease. Like, definitely didn't like it, but it was cute.
Yeah.
Then also, okay, so the guy doesn't know the guy. The killer doesn't know, well, both of the killers don't know each other, right? When they go to the party, when he kills the guy with the ice, they don't know each other, right? The patent attorney and the person that created, what are their names? I should know this. But you know who I'm talking about.
Fake inventor and
The fake
attorney.
inventor and the patent attorney don't know each other, correct? As
Yes.
far as the world knows.
Okay, correct.
Why would he drink his drink? And why would his wife sip it behind this guy sipping his drink?
Like, that's just gross.
Well, wait. Okay, yeah. So he brought his. I have I think Kurt Pressman. He was the fake inventor. He brought drinks to the. Was that a couple? No, it was his assistant.
It was the inventor and the inventor's wife. I mean, not the inventor, the attorney and the attorney's wife. They don't know each other, supposedly. He said, when I met him 5 months ago, when he brought me this invention idea, I knew it was revolutionary. So they don't know each other. But he brought them the drinks and sipped the drink. The wife sipped the drink behind him, which is just gross. Like Noah said, it's just gross. But it's also awkward that well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Why would they drink drinks after each other? When he could have just handed it to his wife and they could have just swapped it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you and Noah sip drinks behind each other, but y'all are brother and sister. That would be appropriate, right?
Yeah.
A little more appropriate, but it's still things that people don't walk around doing, is sipping drinks behind each other.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I asked him earlier, like, did he think anything was weird about that scene as far as, like, did he think it had anything to do with the crime? But we didn't even think about the fact that they were all just drinking each other's drinks and how that didn't really make sense. But that's a good catch.
That is a good catch.
That is a good catch. Huh.
And
Okay.
and I might have had one more, but I lost it.
Okay. What I wanted to ask you was, you actually left us a voicemail a while back. And I haven't not had time, but I haven't figured out how to, like, put it in. But this is a perfect opportunity because you called about a plot hole, and it was about Mr. Monk and the Miracle. Could you explain what you had said?
Okay, so I think what you and Noah were talking about was something about the whale, or why, something about the medicines, like how the people were getting better and but they were throwing away their medicines. And I think I don't remember what the confusion was, but I was just like, from what I remember, how it went was that the pharmacist, most of the people were going to the pharmacist, and I think he was originally just giving them the wrong medicine. And when they still be sick, he'd go draw on their doors and lead them to the well to go drink out of it. And when they tell him that they drank out of it, he then gives them the right medicines that make them feel better. But you would feel worse after you stop taking your medicine again, if you throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what if I remember correctly, that's what the voicemail was about, something to that effect.
So you're saying, like, they because our thing was that they would have thrown away their medicines, so they would have started feeling better. But what did we say? Like they wouldn't have felt better. They would have still needed the original medicine that they needed. They wouldn't have just miraculously got better. But you're saying that once the guy painted the thing on the door, and knew they drank, he did give them the new medicines, and then they got better. Like most of them did get better from the medicine. Then they threw their medicine away.
Yeah.
We were thinking he gave them bad medicine, then they throw it away, and they still needed their original medicine. But she's saying that they gave them bad medicine, then good medicine, and then they thought, oh, I'm cured from the fountain. But really, he was giving them good medicine.
That makes sense.
And then threw them away.
Yes.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But then they, you think they end up getting sick again because they weren't taking any medicine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
but maybe it hadn't been but a week, who knows how long it was going on.
Yeah.
right, exactly. Okay, so before we let you go, I have one more question, and that is, what is your favorite Monk episode ever?
Wish you had told me. There's so many.
I like to get it on the fly. What your gut reaction is like, I mean, obviously
My
no one's
gut
holding it to
reaction
you,
is
but
most of season 6. So I think it's like the one with Sarah Silverman with Marcy and Snoop Dogg and oh my goodness, like the one with the astronaut. There's so many. I like them.
Lisa said astronaut. Somebody said astronaut.
Might have been.
Yeah, I think
I would say Snoop Dogg, the one with the rapper.
Yeah,
Monk meets the rapper.
That's a good one.
I love that one.
Yeah. Well, we all have different opinions on everything, so I thought that I would ask everybody that on the spot.
So before I go, I got this from you guys in the Junk Monk box.
Yeah.
I was looking for some of I was looking for my other swag, but I was like, you know what? This is Stoudemire's last girlfriend's attire. And now he has a new little boo thing. I was like, maybe this is a callback for me. So I decided to wear this one.
That is perfect. It's Linda Fusco in the house.
Yes.
I love it.
And I really liked her.
You did like her?
A bad girlfriend.
Yes. And I think she liked him too. But then it's just like opportunity knock. She had to take it. So I think it was real.
Yes.
But I think it just got crazy.
Yes. I liked her so much too. Okay. We're not alone. Yes. Because so many people said that. They thought she was in it for the whole time. I'm like, a year? She's been planning this for a year. Yeah. That's a little much.
And then it was a chance meeting, right? She didn't go looking for him.
Yeah.
He just so happened to be there. And he pursued her. So I don't know. True. I did like her. I think I don't know. I like that one.
Yeah.
That one is one of my tops too.
Yep. That's a really good one. That is a great one. All right, Fantasia. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We had a great time. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll see you later.
See you later. Bye-bye.
How crazy was Monk this episode?
Plus crazy moments.
All right. This next co-host is a fairly new listener to our podcast. However, she found us recently and reached out to be on the show. So this episode was like perfect timing. And she is also a member of a very exclusive club now with the two of us, which is that she has also met Jason Gray Stanford.
Yeah, she was on his podcast, right?
Yes, on his podcast, which is super cool. So hopefully she tells us about it when I ask her. Okay, so let's bring her on. Her name is Favi.
Hi.
There you are. Woo.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. I love your hair. Oh my gosh, so pretty.
Oh, thank you. It's so nice to meet you.
You too. I'm Kandyce.
I'm Noah.
Hi, Kandyce. Hi, Noah. You guys are super cute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we try.
Yes.
We try.
You don't have to try. You don't have to try. I watched a couple of your episodes on YouTube. You guys are so fun.
Oh, thanks. Okay. So did you bring junk food?
Yes, I did.
All right.
The perfect combination of peanut M&Ms and Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, you need both of them.
Interesting. That is an interesting combo. Okay. I have my leftovers we ate at junk time. But it is paleo chocolate cake, which is very good.
Okay.
I haven't shown my homemade icing though. I made
Oh.
this. It probably doesn't look that great, but it's paleo and it's really, really good. It's like honey and coconut oil and cocoa powder. It's
Oh,
my
it looks
God.
like the dirt from the dirt and the worms thing.
oh well, there you go. It's probably not that good. I think that's made out of cookies. But
I have a cereal box.
You
I'm
should-
eating the cereal box.
The whole box.
Cereal.
Okay.
we have 6 different flavors. You should have brought each one for each segment. That would have been clever.
Shut up.
Oh, a
would've been
different
clever.
cereal. That's true. I love cereal, so that's a good snack.
Best.
Yes. Okay, so my first question, when did you start watching Monk?
I started a while ago. I think it was either 2006 or 2007. I didn't discover the show till quite late.
Okay, did you
So-
watch it when it was on? Because I started watching it in 2007.
I did. My first episode actually was Mr. Monk is on the Run, part 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
So
So I
the
think that's a
crazy,
little bit after me. Mine was Mr. Monk is at your service. So I think that's season 5 and yours is season
Okay.
6. So
I'm season 6, so and I discovered it, and that's actually the season finale. So after watching it, I had to wait a whole year to see what was going on. And the perfect thing was, I hate Black Friday. I hate that whole vibe of craziness. But I went out for Black Friday and I bought the DVD seasons 1 through 5.
oh,
So
nice.
I binged it, then had to wait for season 6 to go on sale so I could binge it so that I could watch season 7 live Friday night.
Nice. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I
Yeah,
love
but
Black Friday, so but
Oh no, I can't. I don't like crowds. But anyway, no. So it's probably 2006 maybe. But I've been binging the show for years. I mean, that was so long ago. I watch it all the time. Such a great show.
it is a great show. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
So did you have an item out of 10 what?
Yes, I have a couple.
Okay. Oh, I like a couple. Okay.
I do. It always has a couple.
This is the one time I didn't choose a couple. I didn't want to steal anybody else's. I thought of one that I liked, and I was like, I don't want to steal yours. I don't want to steal his. So
Okay. So I have out of 10 vacuums,
Okay.
Okay.
which is like the obvious one. Out of 10 darter rings,
Nice.
my fave. Out of 10 cowboy hanks,
Okay.
Yes.
and then out of 10 surprise parties.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. What do you have, Noah?
I had out of 10 dead security guards.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought of like bullet holes. I was like fake bullet holes, and I was like, you know what though? Probably my favorite part was I put out of 10 vacuum blankies. When he
I know why.
When he wraps the vacuum in the blanket.
That's
So I
one of my
put
favorite
Out
parts.
of 10 vacuum blankies. Okay, so our next thing, Noah never does crazy moments
Never.
because he's a little lazy boy. So I always do the crazy moments. So did you make a list of crazy moments?
I did. There's a lot of crazy moments, lovable crazy moments.
Okay, so if you want to go, and I'll check all the ones off that I have. And see if
Okay,
you caught 'em off.
I have a couple. I have like 10.
Okay. I have about 10
okay.
too, so maybe you have the exact same ones.
Oh, wow.
You know, I have about 10, but I think I'm going to take one back. So the first one is right at the beginning where they get to the precinct and they're all hiding in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And he notices right away that the cups are missing. And that's the tell that they're surprising him. He's like, yesterday there was like a whole stack of cups and now they're not there. And that is crazy. The fact that there's cups missing alerted him that there's a whole surprise party in the captain's office.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's my first crazy moment.
Didn't write that. Go ahead.
Which I have a theory about that later on. But the second one is when they get to the showroom and he sees the vacuum for the first time. He says something. I should have written it down. He calls it like the vacuum is like the 4th wonder of the world or something like that.
Yeah, I don't
Or like
remember
the 4th
yeah.
greatest invention or
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
Which that's crazy because that's not true.
Because he's like
It's a vacuum.
after Windex and something else.
Yeah.
The 4th greatest invention, like, yet or something.
Yeah.
Like known to mankind, or he says something
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, okay, this is the one I think I'm going to take back. it's when, I mean, I love this scene. It's when he's dancing with the vacuum, when he gets it, and he's dancing and he's like dipping it. But then I'm like, you know what? That's not crazy, because I think we've all done that in our lives. Like, who hasn't like used the broom as a, you know, microphone?
Okay, that's true, but I'm leaving it on the list because when I'm dancing with my broom, I'm not infatuated with the broom. I'm acting like it's a person, you know, like, oh, I'm dipping a person. He's like, I'm dipping this vacuum because I love the vacuum. So
Yeah.
I would leave it as a crazy moment personally. You know,
That's true. But I love to
Like-
karaoke, and I think maybe my mindset is different.
Yeah.
But you have a good point, because he is definitely delicately treating that like a lady. And not cleaning supplies.
Yeah. I think that's the first
okay.
one we've matched up with. Okay, go ahead.
So right after that, I think it's crazy. Same thing when Natalie's like, oh, we got to go, but I forgot my cell phone. And he's like, oh, hold on. And he calls her because he knows she's surprising him. And that's crazy. The fact that Natalie can't even say something as simple as, I forgot my cell phone. Let me go pick it up. He knows, nah, girl, nah. You're trying to trick me. So that's a level of crazy right there. The next one, I think also right after, or maybe in the next scene, it's when he tells the Cowboy Hank story.
Yes.
And I love it because the audience is being set up for something traumatic to be told. But I love it when he starts to turn off the lights and he closes the curtains.
That's what I put. Closes the
I
shades.
was like, what? I was like, this is ridiculous. And I love every second of it. That is a level of crazy that I think I appreciate, but that's crazy.
Yep.
And I love then when he tells the story and Natalie starts opening everything up, like, no, I'm throwing you a birthday party.
Yep.
Oh, and then right after, he's like, I can't even tell Dr. Bell this story because he can't handle it. I'm like, Dr. Bell's a professional. He can handle anything. If he can handle Monk, he can handle any story.
That is a crazy moment. Yep.
That's a crazy moment. Okay, one of my favorites is when they go to the janitor's office and he doesn't want to come in because he thinks the birthday party's gonna be. And I love Stottlemyre and his mustache in that episode. He was like, really, Adrian? Like, this is a crime scene. Do you really think she's gonna throw you a party in a crime scene? And he's like opening up a closet or something, and he thinks that the party is there. Yeah. And he's so silly. And I love, there's a part in there where the captain tells Natalie, he's like, he yells at her, he's like, Tiger, stop winking. Because Monk can't work. And then the captain grabs Adrian and he goes like this, like, you need to start working here. There's no party. You need to start working. So that's his level of crazy, the fact that he doesn't trust Natalie and he can't even like do his job because he thinks they're going to surprise him.
Yeah, and that's when he does exactly, I don't think she would do it here, which is the reason why I do think it.
Yes, so I do know because I don't know because I do know because I do. He says something so weird.
Yes.
Okay, my other favorite part is when they're at the morgue. Also another level of crazy.
Yes.
When he like opens up the drawer and the dead body's there.
I have that one. Mm-hmm.
And then he lifts the sheet and then there's that dead hairy man.
Yes. And then he pokes one of them. It's like,
I think he pokes the hairy guy.
Yeah. To make sure he's dead.
Yeah. And just to think that they're gonna throw you a party in a morgue. That's also the part where I love Randy so much, where he can't spell sodium fluoracetate.
He's like, yeah, I'll just take my notes later. Yeah. Good.
I mean, I'm sure I'd have to Google it too, but still.
Yeah, well, I was going to say was whenever Monk, he pokes the dead guy and then he's like, if this is my surprise party, this is still the second worst birthday party I've ever had.
Yes.
So dramatic.
The other one is, you kind of mentioned it earlier, which is so funny. It's when the vacuum stops working because he cleans the filter.
Yep.
So it's on the countertop, but again, he's treating it like a person. And there's like a towel and it's resting the head on it, like
Yeah.
if it's a person. And I'm just like, Adrian, the level of crazy. And then he puts it on the couch and he puts a blanket over it.
Yep.
Oh my God, that is probably the craziest, and I love it.
Yes, I put he killed the vacuum.
Yes, he
And
did.
he's like, why God, why this vacuum?
Yeah. I think that was my last crazy.
Okay. All right. So going in the timeline order, the ones that are after that is his terrible joke about, is it Einstein that he says? He's like telling a story about
When they're in the garage, the office.
Yeah.
It's not Einstein.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't remember if it was Einstein or whatever, but he says it's that something is
Perspiration.
90% perspiration and 10%
Oh, yes,
inspiration. And he's like,
yes.
I think he just said that to explain his BO. And then he laughs and you're just like, okay. I mean, that's maybe not super crazy, but like I was like, okay, that's
But he was,
that was
well,
such
it is crazy because he's trying to almost like show off in front of this guy who he admires. He wants to look cool in front of him.
In front of the vacuum machine guy.
That's
The
true.
vacuum guy, I don't remember his name, but
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so going back up to the top, it's a nightmare to give a gift from Natalie because then he has to act like he likes it and then he has to take it back and it's just a nightmare. Okay.
yes.
I put just in general that he's in love with the vacuum when he's like watching it the first time and he's like staring at it. And then he slaps Natalie for touching it.
Well, he slaps her twice in this episode. And that's one of my all-time favorite parts. He slaps her when he sees the vacuum, when he meets her. I call it a her. In the showcase, he slaps her and he's like, you're not supposed to touch it. But then in that scene where they go visit the murderer and he's pretending to fix the vacuum and he makes that poor joke, he said, well, what's wrong with it? And Natalie's like, he cleaned the filter. And it's such a subtle moment, which is one of the things I love about the show, but he turns around and he just kind of like smacks her like this on the shoulder. And I love, you have to go back and look at it. It's a quick smack on the shoulder because he's embarrassed that she said it. And I love that interaction between him and Natalie. I don't know if that was written or improv, but it was such a fun moment.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look at that one. Okay.
Yeah, it's cute because it just shows you how much they like each other, respect each other, you know?
Yeah.
It's cute.
Okay, I have he thinks that the shredded paper is confetti.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
right.
the only other one that is different from yours is the end where he chooses death over the trash can or the dumpster. Or I mean the trash can or the porta potty. And he's like, I choose death. So normal person probably wouldn't choose death. Just gonna say that. So I think that counts as a crazy moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're to the point where we are gonna rate out of 10 vacuum blankies. I am giving him a 7.
Okay.
I think that him treating the vacuum like it's a person is pretty crazy, and that he cleans the filter after it says do not clean, do not clean, do not clean, do not clean
like
everywhere.
5 different spots.
Yeah, and he's like, and he admits like, yeah, it was a pretty big font. So
okay. Oh wait, you can go. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was also gonna add, but then I'm like, no, is this insensitive out of 10 Trudies? But I don't know. I don't want to offend Trudy.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like out
Because
of 10
it's
TKs
also-
or something. Yeah.
Right, because it's also the first time we meet TK, and I love that whole like her first name is Trudy part.
Oh,
And
so do you like that her name is Trudy?
I do, because first of all, I like how they set it up for us as an audience. We probably should have started being like, oh, her name's Trudy, because she doesn't want to say her name. And then Randy asks her, oh, what does the TK stand for? Like if I met someone and they're like, my name is TK, I don't think I would right away say, oh, what does it stand for? Maybe I would later in the friendship, but Randy says it. So then I'm like, it's because they were setting us up to be surprised or to see it coming that her name was Trudy. I think it was because it's just so sweet that it's Stottlemyre needed his Trudy to be happy, you know?
Right.
So
Okay.
I think that's cute. So then I'm like, I'm not going to do it out of 10 Trudies. It might sound
weird.
insensitive or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, Noah, what do you have?
Okay, so out of 10 dead security guards, I have a 6.5 because he did in
Yes?
fact go into the dumpster. He was like, I'm not going into either of them. I choose death, but he goes into it. So
He redeemed himself by half a point.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's kind of you.
All right. Okay, what do you have?
So I'm gonna do out of 10 Cowboy Hanks. I
Okay.
give him an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just a little bit crazier, but we're pretty on the same
Yeah,
scale.
6.5,
Sometimes me and
7.
Noah are like 2 and 8.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Oh, that's a
what?
big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Did you watch the same episode?
Yeah. Exactly. Or we'll take like a crazy moment. I'm like, that is the craziest thing ever. And he's like, yeah, but it's like the only thing. So I like it too. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is gonna. I don't know if you remember the movie The Mannequin. It's an old 80s movie, and this episode kind of reminds me of it because there's that whole shredder scene where there's like a mannequin who gets whatever. It doesn't matter. But that episode totally reminds me of an 80s movie called Mannequin.
I talked about this already, but it reminds me of Columbo. There's like a bunch of nods to Columbo, like different clues that they use that are all used in that show. So that's why I got vibes the whole time. So
Yeah, sometimes I wish I could go back. It's impossible since I've seen the whole show, but sometimes I wish I could go back and catch those clues to determine what happened myself.
yeah.
Because there's so many, like the whole Ice Cube thing. You know, I wish I would have been smart enough to be like, I know what it is before the show told us.
Yeah.
But I think that's not why I watched the show. I watched it, for whatever other reason.
Yeah. And I like being surprised at the end when Monk figures it out. Like instead of being like, I'm as smart as Monk, like what?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, no, nobody else saw it, and that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yes. And I like watching his summations.
Yeah, exactly. So if you know what's gonna happen every time, it would be boring. So
That's true.
okay, so before we let you go, we have 2 more things. So first, what is your favorite all-time Monk episode?
I just did the Randy Disher podcast actually.
Okay, well that was our second thing, was tell us about your Randy Disher podcast experience. So go ahead.
Yeah, he had. Oh, well, you guys, I want to know everything about your experience. So that was only like 2 weeks ago, and he asked me that question. And again, I love all of the episodes, and I have a lot of favorite moments too. Maybe not of the whole episode, but it would be Mr. Monk is up all night.
Oh,
And
you
that
like that one.
I really like that one.
Oh my God, that episode, it's Trudy heavy. And anytime they talk about Trudy, it's sad and it's sweet. But I think that episode was just so incredibly touching when you find out. Noah did see this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you find out who she is at the end and that she has Trudy's eyes. And I mean, that episode was super funny, with the captain and Randy being drunk, and it was, and I feel like it was a very unique episode. The fact that he was up all night, walking around, he's pretty distressed because he doesn't know her. And then at the end, when you find out who the cab driver is, and then he I think they both start to cry, and he touches her face. And it was, oh my goodness, it was I was bawling my eyes. Oh, my eyes. No pun intended. I was bawling. It was such a sweet episode. And out of all of them, that is definitely my favorite. It is definitely my favorite. I don't know who wrote that and whose idea was, but it was such a good episode because it's funny and it's smart. And then it's just so sweet at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally my favorite episode.
Cool. Okay, so now what was your experience on the Randy Disher podcast like?
Oh my God, it was the coolest thing ever. I'm still on a high from it. I was so surprised when I did not expect that at all when they invited me. And it was so much fun. And Jason and Lara were so incredibly nice. And I'm going to admit, I was very nervous the entire time. I don't know if you guys were when you spoke to Jason, but I was so nervous.
It was more for us. For me, it was more surreal. like, because we talked to him for such a long time.
Yes.
Had all of our questions like planned. Like he wasn't asking us questions, we were asking him questions. So it was very like, okay, our next question is. And so, you know, at some points in like during the middle of it, I'm like, we're talking to Jason Gray Stanford. This is weird. And then I'm
I
like,
know.
no, don't get out of it because then you'll get in your head. So then I just kept going. So afterwards, it's just completely surreal that it still has happened.
Right.
So.
And I didn't, I guess you could say I was nervous because I didn't know what they were going to ask me. So I wasn't sure. I mean, I could have guessed that they were probably going to ask me why I liked the show or maybe my favorite episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I had anything written down to say. But I did know the trivia questions that I was going to ask. But no, I genuinely was starstruck, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And because I started watching the show in like 2006 and I've been a fan of the show and I mean I love all of the characters. I love all of them, but I love Randy. And it was just at one point I was like, I can't believe I'm talking to Jason Gray Stanford, right? There was that like, I can't believe this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was so starstruck, I was nervous the entire time. But I remember at one point, like I'm a pretty confident person and I'm very outgoing. So I think I don't get nervous a lot in life. And so I didn't know how to handle my nerves. And at one point I was like, Favi, you are an adult. You are not 15. You like I'm a teacher. I sense when my students are nervous. Like I know how to handle myself in all sorts of situations, but not this one. It was a new experience to me. To me, like one of your favorite actors is not an easy experience, in my opinion.
That's not easy.
It's not. And so I was like, Bobs, you're an adult. You need to calm down. And I remember telling myself halfway through, like, this is never going to happen again. So you need to enjoy it. You really need to savor what's happening because, and it was also through Zoom. So I was able to see him, which, I mean, that just threw me off so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
And then I kept thinking about your episode with him. And I was like, I wonder if they were nervous and how cool. Cause you guys talked to him for like an hour.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But isn't he so nice and so laid
so
back
nice.
and
So Canadian.
Yes, I was just thinking that he's so Canadian.
Yeah, it's true. You know, I think that's a question that I would have liked to have asked him, but I didn't want to sound like a big dork because his accent, he doesn't have an accent as Randy because it's a character.
Exactly.
So, right. But then when you speak to him, you hear that Minnesota Viking Canadian, you know. He elongates some of his vowels, I think.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So yeah, you could totally, obviously he's not Randy. That's not who he is. His name is Jason, but yeah, he does sound Canadian.
Yep.
But you guys, ever since I started watching you guys totally have an accent too.
That's what
Denise
said.
She's from New York. She has a major accent.
She's like, you guys have the biggest accent ever.
See, people tell me I have an accent, and I'm pretty sure I don't, and I bet you wouldn't even guess where I'm from, because I don't think I have an accent at all. But I've met people from the South especially that are like, oh yeah, you have an accent, and then they'll make me say words.
Oh,
I hear a little bit Hispanic accent, but I don't know if I'm just being biased because of your last name. His last name's Hernandez too.
I'm sorry?
Noah's last name is Hernandez also.
Oh, fun. Yeah. There's like a 5 zillion of us in the so I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
So when I've met people, like in college especially, when I've met people from other places, they would make me say words with the letter A, like water or Chicago, and they would laugh, and I'd be like, there's no accent. I don't know what you're laughing at. So when you said you guys are from Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you said you were from Texas, I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. And I think it's so adorable that you're a brother and sister. I wish I had a little brother that I could talk to Monk about all day too.
Yeah. It is fun. It is quite fun. He's roped in now.
Also, isn't it your birthday, Noah?
Yeah, his birthday's gonna be the day after this episode airs.
Yeah.
So it's June 8th.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you turning?
I am turning 12. No.
No.
I'm turning 14.
14.
Close.
Oh, okay. So are you in 8th grade, high school?
I just graduated
8th grade.
8th grade 2
What
days
it
ago.
took you that long to
Well, no, I'm trying to think how long ago I graduated.
Oh, yeah.
I graduated 2 days ago.
Oh, well, congratulations. I teach 7th grade, so kind of people around your age.
Oh,
What?
very cool.
Yeah, so well, congratulations and happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. Well, thank you, Favi, for joining us. It has been awesome. A pleasure meeting you and chit-chatting with you.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you around at some point. Because you do
Yes.
the, what is your Instagram handle?
Randy's Ties on Monk.
Randy's Ties on Monk. Okay. So
Yeah.
cute. Okay. So
No.
everyone go give her a follow. And thank you once again for joining us. And we'll see you around.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. You guys are super cute. I feel like the three of us could have fun in a paper bag. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Rate this episode. Okay.
This final guest needs no introduction because she's already been on. We wanted our #1 fan here as we wrap up the show.
Joining us once again from the one, the only Disney World, it's Lindsay.
Let's see if she's still sitting in front of her. Oh, no, she's somewhere different.
She's actually inside now.
She is inside. Are you at Disney World still?
No, we went back to our hotel.
Oh, we made this huge introduction about how Lindsay was at Disney World. It's okay.
Sorry to disappoint.
It's okay. We at least got to spend a little time in Disney World. That was fun. So
Just a little.
all right. So we are rating this episode.
Yes.
Noah, do you want to go first?
Kandyce, you can go first. It's okay.
Okay, I'll go first. We have collected everyone else's. Should we say their ratings first or our ratings? Maybe we'll say their ratings first.
Okay.
We've collected the ratings from Denise, Lisa, Fantasia, Juanita, and Favi. Okay. So Denise.
Wait. I wanna, put these into the calculator,
Okay. Okay.
Average it
Perfect.
out.
Okay. So Denise rated it an 8.
8.
Lisa a 9. He doesn't know how to do averages.
No,
you
it's,
add them up all together.
Oh, you add them up.
He's
multiplying. I do. No. Wait, can I do this right? Okay, there we go.
8 plus 9. Okay, good. Juanita, 8.8.
Plus.
Fantasia, 7.5.
Plus.
And Favi, a 9.
9. Okay, so
Okay.
far, that gives us 42.
So far, 42.3.
Divided by...
Wait, hang on. Don't do it yet, because we have to average ours too.
I don't know what I do.
Just, we have the number. It's fine. Okay, so now I'm ready. Okay. So, this was a fun episode. Not only this one that we've recorded, obviously, but the one that we watched too. Birthdays are always fun. Surprising Monk was great. Natalie got him really, really good. The Stoddy flirt was very strong. Randy had some pretty good lines as well. But for me personally, the crime wasn't super memorable, just my opinion. The birthday storyline, though, brought it home for me. And I'm going with, all my episodes start at a 10. Monk deserves a 10 across the board. Then we go up from there. So I'm giving this one a 10.85.
8.5. Okay.
8.5.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Lindsay, do you want to go next or do you want Noah to go?
Noah, go.
Okay.
Noah likes the coffee.
I like to wing it. I like to wing it. Okay.
He calls it winging it.
There's a difference. Okay. Nice introduction to TK, which apparently ends up with Stoddy. I don't know. 2 people spoiled that already. Anyways, a nice intro to TK. Love the birthdays. Natalie ended up actually, tricking Monk, which was very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
And crime sucked. Crime was bad. I don't know. It was not memorable. If someone asks me this next week, I will not remember. Which
That's what I think. But
yeah, it wasn't memorable. It wasn't terrible. Ice was cool. I think they should have done the chewing thing, like I said. I think that would have been better. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. That's all I have to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Fantasia she was talking about a plot hole, and she was like talking about the inventor and the inventor's attorney and the thing. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I forgot what she was talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, hang on. So we had to explain it. But yeah, I agree. The crime.
Wasn't the inventor dead? And she was talking about like I don't know. It was very confusing.
Well, Lindsay, you said that you liked the ice cube thing, but is that the same thing as the crime to you? Or do you just like that clue? Or do you think the crime was fine?
Yeah, now that you're saying that, I don't really think it's part of the crime. It's like it sort of is, but it was just kind of like an extra detail that they added. Like, I feel like Monk maybe would have figured it out without the ice. It doesn't make sense with the pen chewing thing that Noah was saying. I just thought it was kind of clever that like that it was in the ice and like melted out. I just thought that was like interesting, but I don't know if it's really like part of the crime. I just thought like that part was interesting, but like I agree that like the crime wasn't super memorable either.
Yeah, like the whole thing, the guy kills the janitor because the janitor was actually his idea, and then he also has to kill the attorney, the patent attorney that knows about it's the janitor's idea, so he has to kill him too, and then he's the criminal, and then he tries to kill Monk because he's gonna figure it out. Like, not memorable. And the more complicated they make it too is harder to remember. So but yeah. Okay, so what's your rating now after all that?
I don't know, Kandyce.
Oh my!
I don't know. Okay, because
you can't go on the fly.
I didn't. It's too late to look up my InFocus results. You know what, Lindsay? You go. I'll check my InFocus.
What does that mean?
My InFocus rating.
What you rated the episode InFocus?
The 100th case episode.
Okay.
Because
I'm not sure why you're comparing it to that.
I feel like these two are extremely similar within like milestones, and I feel like this episode did it better. So I just want to make sure that I'm putting it higher.
Well, that's not the same season, though.
I
right?
understand.
Okay.
I understand.
So I rated it a 10, and then you wanted to rate it, I think, an 8, and then I bullied you into rating it a 9.
A 9? You sure?
I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I got you up to a 9.5, because I was like, we might as well just do a 9.5, and you said, okay.
Wait, what was it?
Because it ended up being our number 2 episode.
Okay, episode 7. I rated it a 8.
Yeah. That's what you originally said.
Okay, so I'll go with
for this episode.
For this episode, I will go with a 8.5. Wait, you put it 8.5. What the heck?
This is kind of awkward, but I did that too, actually.
It's a good rating.
Oh my god.
Because it's solid 8, strong 9. It was better than a solid 8, but it wasn't a strong 9. And that leaves you with 8.5.
Yeah.
Did you have an explanation, Lindsay, for yours?
Yeah, mine really, I feel like there are a lot of just like, especially like the vacuum is like very memorable for me. And like TK and the ice, like I really like those things, but before I watched the episode, I like didn't remember that those happened in the episode until I was like in the middle of it, and I was like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like just as a whole, like wasn't like that memorable, and I also just it didn't really like how like when Monk tells Natalie the story about like Cowboy Hank, and she's like, that's like the stupidest thing ever. Like, I don't know. I just found it a little bit insensitive, and she could have at least been like, I'm sorry that happened to you, but like, you do recognize that this is a little bit silly, right? Like at least something a little bit more sensitive, but
That's
That-
exactly what
that
I
was
said
really-
word for word in dislikes. That's exactly what I said. She could have used the word silly, not lame or stupid. But go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much the only like downsides really to the episode that I had. So I didn't want to give it a 9, felt too high, and then I originally put an 8 and was like, like that feels a little bit too low still. So 8.5.
You did good from copying us, Noah. Good
I
job.
know.
You were so smart. So smart. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Well, what's the average? Did you add?
Wait, how many
all of
people
our
did it? 8 people?
Oh yeah, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Divided by. Okay, so it rounds up to an 8.5.
It's an 8.475. You did that right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's so
What's
funny.
Weren't we at 50 point something? You did it right?
Look, here,
we don't have to fact check you.
We can redo it.
Okay. 8
8
plus 9.
plus 9 plus
8.8 7.5 plus 9 plus 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 8.5 equals divided by 8 people. Nope, you did that wrong.
What? Divided by
You did, so you did it
Crap.
right though. That was because that was the correct total.
Okay. Okay.
So it's an 8.475.
Wow.
Makes sense.
8.5.
We could actually use that in our official rankings because
I
it's
know.
close enough to our number.
Ours would have just been 8.5.
Yeah, ours would have been 8.5. So we all did pretty good.
I know.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because Fantasia had the lowest one, 7.5, which Denise said she originally gave it a 7.5,
Yeah.
and then she was like, okay, I'll bump it up to an 8. And I was like,
dang.
yeah, so
Curse my mother's 8.8.
what? She's the only one that like gave it more thought than
I
any of us.
I get. She said 2.2 off just because of. What did she say? 2.2 off because of the criminal.
Oh yeah, she didn't like that the criminal wasn't like a big criminal. Like he wasn't very criminally. It was just like a
Some dude.
some
Okay,
random-
yeah.
It wasn't
I
like
can
the
see that.
astronaut or a genius or whatever. So I think that's valid. Definitely the adventure is what's like the birthday adventure is what is the theme of this episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right, I guess we're done. We asked everybody else, which we know this answer already, but we asked everybody else what their all-time favorite Monk episode is, and remind the people yours is.
By a bit of a long shot, I'll say Mr. Monk and the UFO. For sure.
Shot? But why?
One of the things that I dislike about it is just that like it doesn't take place in San Francisco. And so I think you said this in the episode that like there's no Randy, which Randy is like one of my favorite characters. So that is definitely disappointing. And I get you also said this on the episode, I think, but I agree that like it doesn't, in retrospect, it doesn't have a whole lot of like alien stuff. Like the whole joke about Monk being an alien is like, I don't know, like they don't use it as much, I guess, as they maybe should have. But I don't know. It's just now it's like it's got sentimental value to me, so it's still my favorite.
Okay, that's all right. We can look if you had to sit through us talking about it for an hour, how much we didn't like it. I think we can live with that being your favorite. What's your second favorite episode? You said by a long shot, so I'm wondering, do we have a similar second favorite?
She's like Mr. Monk.
I don't really have like a set like second favorite, but there are a few that I can think of that I really like, which would probably be Goes Home Again, I think, with the second one with Ambrose. Very good. We're getting somewhere. All right. I like 100th Case a lot.
See, Noah's not a fan of that
I
one.
do
I
not
like it.
Yeah.
Which
Lame.
honestly surprises me so much because they have so many different like of the criminals in it. I thought that you would be like all over that. Like, oh my gosh, it's so and so from the other episode. And that criminal and that criminal. And it was just like, whatever.
Yeah, it was all right. I like
Like Marcy when she's like, when she's shooting from that perspective.
callbacks.
Like, that is killer.
I do love that.
It's so killer.
Yeah, that one is a very good episode. I like that one. And then I would probably say we haven't gotten there yet, but Mr. Monk in the End is also very, very good.
I know the title now.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Spoiler.
It's okay. It's not like
Mr.
it's
Monk
like
in the end. Aw.
yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess that's it for us. That was our rambling session at the end that we go off into. So I think we've done it. I think we've summed it up. Is there anything? Are those your Junkmonk glasses or no?
Yes, they are.
No
I have
way.
I have my oh yeah, this is the right side. I've got them on the head.
Yes. I was thinking about it and I was like, oh yeah, because she was outside and I was like, I look like that a lot. I wear those glasses a lot. And I was like, oh, those are the glasses. Those are my glasses. Yes. What was it? Fantasia at the very end. She was like, oh yeah, she wore we sent her on the monk box, the Linda Lay from,
yeah.
the Mr. Monk and the Bad Girlfriend and the little like hair clip. And she was wearing it the whole time.
Aww.
In her thing. It was so cute. It was so cute. So we appreciate all the swag that you guys
Of course.
get.
I couldn't show up to this and not have swag. Like that would be lame.
Exactly. Kandyce is the only person. Actually, you have the mug.
I do have the mug.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, and all this.
Oh yeah, that counts.
Lindsay drew this and that. This one's my favorite because it's us
This is
with our little headphones. And then the other Funko Pops.
I love us with our headphones.
We're so cute.
I put my stickers on my laptop the other day. I was very excited.
Yeah.
I am also the kind of person that like I don't want to use stickers because then I feel like they're permanent and I can't move them. So it took me a while to put them on something. But
Exactly.
Monk.
Well, if you ever need some more, I can just send you some. So no big deal. All right, Lindsay. Well, thank you for joining us. It was
Yeah.
amazing. We're so glad that we got to meet you. We feel like we're friends.
I know.
So I feel like we're friends, right? Well, it's like official.
This is like the most exciting thing that's like ever happened to me. So
Poor Lindsay. She's like, oh, I forgot. I'm actually going to Disney World during our recording. And I'm like, oh no. So like, I guess, do you want to like, what can we do? And she's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll be there. I'm not going to miss it. This is the best thing. And I'm like, she's literally going to Disney World and she's saying that our show is the best thing that's ever happened to her. And I'm like, she's our #1 fan. It's official.
100%.
It's official. 2 things are official. We're all friends now, and you're our #1 fan. So someone come at her because
yeah,
gonna be
come
hard
fight
to
me.
takes a punch.
Come fight me.
Lindsay takes a punch.
Take a punch me.
Takes a punch me. I forgot about that.
Totally did. And she was our first hashtag. None's got a nun.
Oh my god, yes.
None's got a nun. That's how we were like, oh my gosh, this girl listens to our podcast. Because you said, I'm playing a nun in the sister act. Hashtag None's got a nun. I was like,
Yeah, that was like the last thing I did before the pandemic was I was in this musical. We got one show and then everything closed.
oh,
But I
dude.
like vividly remember putting that like replying back to y'all with the None's gonna nun thing, and honestly like you like commented back like I'm dying or whatever, and I like it made my day. Like I was so happy. It was the cutest thing.
Yes. I don't even know what episode. Mr. Monk and the Miracle? No, that we just did that one.
Yeah, what?
Mr. Monk. Oh, and the Secret Santa. Because I was like, no, I was like, I don't like that nun lady. She was talking to Stottlemyre, and I was like, I don't like that nun lady. She was kind of mean. And you were like, I don't know, nun's gonna nun. And then that's how it was born. So there you go. So, all right, guys, we've rambled long enough, as we usually do, because we never want to leave. Okay, well, we will see you later, Lindsay, in
Yeah.
in life. Thank you once again for joining us and for being our number one fan.
Of course.
Thank you. And we'll see you around.
Of course. Yeah. Bye.
Adios.
That's so sad. Okay, bye. All right, guys, we won't keep you too much longer. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our fabulous, gracious co-hosts. We obviously could not have done this without them. But we appreciate all of the rest of you beautiful listeners as well. And we hope that showed through this episode. And we're really blessed that we get to be a part of this fantastic Monker community. And you guys are all the absolute best. So
You guys know exactly what to do at this time of the show. Give Noah a kiss.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Junk Monk Podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so please give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, follow us at Junk Monk Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
If you want to know more about Kandyce, she's at Hardens and Hardhats on Instagram. And if you want to know more about me, Noah L., subscribe to my vlog, Noah Hernandez, on YouTube. Also, you can leave us a voicemail at 323-366-0477 with your questions, comments, or just to show us some love.
Don't forget to catch up on Monk with Amazon Prime Video, and of course, subscribe to our show.
You'll thank me later.